Hi, my name is Phil Grande at philsgang.com. The 401k big lie. They tell you invest $10,000 a year for 30 years, compounded at 6% annually. You will have a grand total of $245,000 to retire. That is not true. That is not the truth. What they don't tell you is the hidden fees. There's 27 hidden fees in your 401k. When you're all done, you lose half of what you put aside for your retirement. That's right, half. And another thing, you're not allowed to do individual stocks in a mutual fund. And you're not allowed to make money when stocks go down. That's ridiculous. Would you buy a car with just forward and no reverse? Why would you ever be in a fund that you can't make money when the stock market goes down? Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. It's been 7 years now since Obama ordered his Fed chairman to lower the savings rate from 5% to less than 0.25%. With a false narrative, it would spur economic growth and jobs. Everyone would have an opportunity in this economy. That's what he said. But what it spurred was a front-loading of the biggest, fake, unsustainable stock market rally of 200%. That's what it spurred. Now, most people did not participate in that rally because people got out of their 401k in 2009. And they said, just get me out. I want nothing but fixed income. And they got killed because with low interest rates, fixed incomes get murdered. You got to know what you're doing. If you're going to really retire, you got to be associated with the stock market. That's why you come to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Phil Grande is a career businessman who has also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest-growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grande has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grande and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. We come in the morning, we have what we call coffee talk, but we just don't sit around and throw the bowl, or joke or laugh. Our coffee talk is serious. Every morning before you start out investing, we have an intense discussion on what is going on and where we should be investing, because it's all about not the money, but where you're putting that money. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and enjoy the best coffee in town.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's been taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Be sure to watch the Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to the Phil's Gang Show right in your hands at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Although the Department of Justice makes final decisions on matters like this, we are expressing to Justice our view that no charges are appropriate in this case. What I can assure the American people is that this investigation was done honestly, competently, and independently. No outside influence of any kind was brought to bear. To be clear, this is not to suggest that in similar circumstances, a person who engaged in this activity would face no consequences. To the contrary, those individuals are often subject to security or administrative sanctions, but that's not what we're deciding now.
Unbelievable. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. Last week I told you this was no surprise. They said the fix was in. The fix was in. But before I get into that, boy, what a similarity. Here's the FBI saying there's no charges. Because what he might as well have said, because the Clintons are an institution. Remember what Holder said about the banks? They're too big to charge also.
I am concerned that the size of some of these institutions becomes so large that it does become difficult for us to prosecute them.
Okay. Banks too large, the institutions too big to prosecute. Isn't that what he's saying? Listen.
Although the Department of Justice makes final decisions on matters like this, we are expressing to Justice our view that no charges are appropriate in this case. What I can assure the American people is that this investigation was done honestly, competently, and independently. No outside influence of any kind was brought to bear.
It even has the same tone, doesn't it? But this is what gets me right here.
To be clear, this is not to suggest that in similar circumstances, a person who engaged in this activity would face no consequences. To the contrary, those individuals are often subject to security or administrative sanctions, but that's not what we're deciding now.
Yeah, because she's an institution. The Clintons are an institution, too big. I love what Rudy Giuliani said.
This is to me, a extremely hard conclusion to justify. Specifically, Section 793, subsection F, which makes gross negligence a crime.
Right.
And Jim Comey did say she was extremely negligent. Just because she's Hillary Clinton, she should not be treated differently than David Petraeus or Mr. Jones, who works for the CIA. There is nobody in America that could possibly believe that anybody else, after what Jim Comey found, would not be prosecuted for imperiling our national security.
Okay. Now, here's what they said. Comey said, the FBI director, that they did not bring charges of And here's what she was being charged with: unauthorized removal and retention of classified materials without malicious intent. That's the charges. He went on to say, we couldn't find any cases that would support bringing criminal charges on these same facts. There's just no cases out there. Really? He lied. The FBI busted less than a year ago this guy by the name of Brian Nishurmi. Now, he pleaded guilty to, guess what? Unauthorized removal and retention of classified materials, quote, without malicious intent. Exactly what the FBI alleged Hillary did, and said they could not find any cases that would support bringing criminal charges against these facts. When less than a year, less than a year ago, they brought the exact charges. No different against this guy, Brian Nishurmi. And he got 2 years of probation and a $7,500 fine. He had to forfeit all his personal media containing classified materials, blah, blah, blah. You see, it's the same thing that Holder said about the banks. The Clintons are an institution. They're too big. They're too big. Isn't that pathetic? It's just unbelievable. And that's why, you just can't trust anything this government does. And I told you this was no surprise. I said the fix was in. Because remember I told you, wait a minute, something's going on here. How could Obama last week set his schedule up to go out campaigning with Hillary? How could he be doing that unless he was certain no charges were coming forth? He knew no charges were coming forth. He knew that because he would have never set his campaign schedule. He's going out together. They're going out together. And I said that would never happen. So she's not getting charged. Exactly what I said last week. And as far as the airplane, now it all makes sense. Bill Clinton went over to the airplane to go meet Lynch to thank her. To thank her. That's why he was there. Makes sense. I want to thank you personally. Here's $100,000. I mean, my God. And that's why it's important for you people, whether in 401ks, investing in bonds, whatever you're in, you can't trust the system. And until you start taking responsibility yourself, you got to be out of your mind. The bond market. Are you kidding me? Ever since, especially I should say, since the Brits exited from the EU, the bond market's been going crazy. Crazy. Makes no sense. People are dumping their stocks. I've never seen so much money coming out of 401ks. And guess where they're going? They're going into the bond market. Are they nuts? The bond market is overbought. So overbought, it's incredible. Why aren't you going into silver? Why aren't you going into gold? Go into mining stocks. They're not even a quarter way overbought. Stay away from these bonds. You will never get out in time. Now, what's going on is that we know that the stock market right now is 20% overvalued, if not more. If not more. I'm being light. 20% overvalued, the S&P. Now, what makes it overvalued was when they did all the stock buybacks. When the Federal Reserve, the banking cartel, the banksters printed all this money and gave it to companies to buy their own shares back. And the stocks soared up when none of these stocks had any earnings growth. None. Stocks normally go up, or always go up. I shouldn't say normally. They always go up only if there's earnings growth. But this time, they didn't need any earnings growth. Stocks just shot up because we kept front-loading it by buying bonds. How does that work? Remember who buys all our debt? China. And we also have Saudi Arabia. They buy all of our debt. What do they buy? They buy 10-year treasuries. What happens? The yield goes down. Well, if the yield goes down too far, they're not going to buy it. So what did Yellen do? just like what Bernanke did. Bernanke was buying $85 billion starting in 2008 to 2012, $85 billion a month, buying 10-year treasuries to drive that yield down to make it so unattractive that China and the Saudis would not buy our debt because the yield was too low, wasn't worth it, and they went into the stock market, and that's how you got the stock market to go up, shifting them out of the bond market into the stock market. Exactly what they're doing right now. And look at the yields going down, and the bond market is exploding. And everybody thinks they're getting rich in the bond market. You're going to get killed in the bond market. It's all about gold. You got to be buying metals, not bonds. You got to be out of your mind buying bonds. If you're going to buy metals, buy mining stocks. Because those you get dividends. They're real companies. We'll be right back after this break on this sad, sad day.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Wouldn't you love to be a business owner without ever having to show up at work? Imagine if you could sit back, watch your company grow, and collect the dividends. Now, this situation might sound like a pipe dream, but is closer to reality than you think with Phil Grande and philsgang.com. Phil teaches you the basics of stock trading and investing. For only $49.95 a month, you have complete access to all Phil's Gang material, plus Phil's daily live trading class where you'll learn how to invest in stocks. And Phil will tell you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. philsgang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any other location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grande has been helping people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies for over 15 years. Wouldn't you love to be a business owner? Wouldn't you love to take full control of your financial future? With Phil's Gang, you can. Simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Aren't you tired of all the nonsense you hear from these financial shows like this?
Should I be worried about Bear Stearns in terms of liquidity and get my money out of there? No. Bear Stearns is fine.
And then they went bankrupt. This is what I'm talking about. This is crazy. Your 401k, they take half of all the money you put away. Look, it's not about the money you're saving. It's about where you invest it and not in a 401k. Join my gang. Start using charts. I'll teach you how to use a chart so that you can maximize your returns on the money you do have. And the earlier you get started, the better. Join my gang, philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to what Fisher said, the former Fed governor.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish the wealth effect.
That's right. Did you hear that? They took the stock market, front-loaded it, ran at 200%, so we ended up not only with a fake stock market, but fake GDP, fake money, fake jobs, fake prices, fake everything. But we took advantage of that, and we're going to take advantage again. That's why I told my gang in May to short the market on 5/29. That's May 29th. I'm telling you to short the stock market. And we were right. And the market went down over 11%. That's why you got to join my gang and learn how to short stocks just as much as buying them. Learn how to short with me, Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, my name is Phil Grande at philsgang.com. The 401k big lie. They tell you invest $10,000 a year for 30 years, compounded at 6% annually. You will have a grand total of $245,000 to retire. That is not true. That is not the truth. What they don't tell you is the hidden fees. There's 27 hidden fees in your 401k. When you're all done, you lose half of what you put aside for your retirement. That's right, half. And another thing, you're not allowed to do individual stocks in a mutual fund. And you're not allowed to make money when stocks go down. That's ridiculous. Would you buy a car with just forward and no reverse? Why would you ever be in a fund that you can't make money when the stock market goes down? Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Money talk. Here comes the money.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang Radio Show. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
We have a president who lies about everything, from a peaceful protest that got out of hand in Benghazi to you can keep your health care and your doctor, a Secretary of State who lies about everything from that despicable video causing the deaths of an ambassador and 3 Americans to having her own server for convenience. These are people openly flaunting the system while we ordinary Americans are held to a completely different standard.
And it's the same thing in the stock market. The small investor gets screwed every day. Every day. The market is rigged to the upside or downside by the big institution. They control the market. A very small percentage of Americans control the stock market. 5%. That's right, 5%. They control 85% of all the stocks. And the people who are in 401ks are getting ripped off. And I'll never understand in my life, why are you buying bonds? If you're fearful that this market's going to collapse, and it will collapse, just the sure debt is going to collapse. The banks are ready to collapse. You want to be in position to make money. And you can make money. But you've got to learn to make money when markets go down. And with the technology that we have today, it's so easy. So easy. Look, I always tell my people, join the gang. I've been doing the gang, for 15 years to raise money for St. Jude. All I do is say, look, I'll reach out to you and I will help you. You'll create wealth by just following the money, the institutions. You just follow the institutions. If the banks are going to sell off, you will know. You haven't got to know anything about the banks. You don't have to know what their name is. You look on the chart, it tells you, hey, it's color-coded. It's telling you it's going to, you sell short. It's so easy. But everybody just buys stocks. They buy stocks or they buy bonds. To try to get people to short a stock is like moving the Empire State Building with your pinky. You cannot talk people into shorting. Stocks go down 10 times faster. And that's why I started this gang. One of the reasons, because I'm going to help you do that. And by the way, I want to announce we just opened a brand new website. Go to philsgang.com. Brand new. It's been under construction. Now it's up. Beautiful site. Brand new. And we got 2 brand new products. And we're going to be releasing them tomorrow. 2 brand new products. MV1 and MV2. But join the gang. And we have our new price for the gang membership is $39.95. $39.95. No more than $49.95. It's $39.95 to celebrate this opening of the new site, new products. $39.95. And for any gang member who is paying $49.95, you get the $39.95 as well. So you don't have to call. Your price is reduced. The celebration of our new site. It's a beautiful site. Go to philsgang.com. Easy to maneuver. So good. Such a beautiful site. And again, we got new products. So if you're an old gang member and you're paying $49.95, it drops to $39.95. If you want to join the gang today, it's $39.95. Just go to my site, philsgang.com, and you can join or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG, and just tell them that you want that new $39.95 price, $39.95. And again, older gang members, you're paying $49.95. You don't have to call. We know who you are, reducing your price automatically to $39.95. Okay? What a great value. I mean, for $39.95, are you kidding? Are you kidding? That's the price I had 15 years ago. I said, I want to go back to that price. $39.95. And I always use $39.95 because I always wanted to have that little extra money to send to St. Jude. And people did. When I kept the price of $39.95, people always sent some money to St. Jude. The amount of money that increased in the donations was incredible by keeping the $39.95 because now they had that little extra space they could send money to St. Jude. So let me give you the number, 877-600-GANG. Or go to my brand new site, philsgang.com, and sign up today. It's $39.95. Okay, stocks. Here's what's going on with the stock market. The stock market, we know, in the last 18 months, this stock market has shifted from very bullish, and it was bullish for the wrong reasons. It was propped up, engineered up, to sideways. Now, think of this. We're just 4% from an all-time high of 2,134. But the market is breaking down. Anytime you have a market going sideways for 18 months and you're 4% away from a new high and you can't make it, that's called market fatigue. There is just too much debt. What an opportunity to get ready to short the market. But if they come in and do QE4, and boost the market up another 60%, which they could do. If you're my gang member, we're going to be positioned for that as well. But I want you to be able to sleep at night so that you know whether they boost the market up another 50%, 60%, bringing in more quantitative easing, or if they decide not to and the market drops 20%. I mean, it drops so fast. But remember what they did. In this when the UK dropped out of the Union, the market only dropped 4%. It should have dropped 20%. We had two drops of 14% a year ago in August, and we had, of course, in January, the worst January ever. This time they kept it to a small drop of 4% by engineering it. Because they know if they didn't come in and buy bonds, what do? How they engineer it? Yellen goes out, gets the printing machine, prints all this money, and goes buy 10-year treasuries. The more 10-year treasuries she buys, the yield goes down. It's now almost it just dropped below 1.4. And the lower those yields go, the more those yields go down, the lower they go, then China and the other countries, like Saudi Arabia, they don't want to buy our debt. They don't want to buy our debt. So this is the way they shift them into the stock market, and that's how they hold the market up to make sure it didn't go down 20%, to make sure it didn't even go down 14% like it did at last August and January. They financially rigged it to hold it up. But when they can't do that anymore, I want you to be in a position to make money on the way down or up. $39.95. Join now, or you can call now to get the information. 877-600-GANG. It's now $39.95. Check it out.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, every day we hear from Wall Street, you turn on the TV, and they're telling us how the economy's great, everything's great. And these are the same people that run the 401ks who, with a 2% fee, take more than half of your money and put it in their pocket. You will never retire comfortably in a 401k. But try to convince 90 million people, it's almost impossible. People just don't listen. They get comfortable and stay with these 401ks. They don't work. You're not going to be able to retire. It's simple. Go to my site, philsgang.com. Join the gang, try it for a month, and we're going to show you how to use a chart And that is going to put you in such a comfort zone of retirement.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. When was the last time you've gotten a raise? Been a long time. When was the last time you got overtime? That's been a long time. Sure, why? What people don't realize is we got two components out there that is killing your standard of living. Free money provided to CEOs from the Federal Reserve, and then the way the CEO is being compensated. CEOs are not compensated on performance anymore. CEOs are compensated on stock options. That's how they make most of their money. So as long as the Federal Reserve will give them money free, they're going to focus on the CEO buying shares back to pop that price up to make that stock option. That's why you're not getting paid. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, my name is Phil Grande at philsgang.com. The 401k big lie. They tell you invest $10,000 a year for 30 years, compounded at 6% annually. You will have a grand total of $245,000 to retire. That is not true. That is not the truth. What they don't tell you is the hidden fees. There's 27 hidden fees in your 401k. When you're all done, you lose half of what you put aside for your retirement. That's right, half. And another thing, you're not allowed to do individual stocks in a mutual fund. And you're not allowed to make money when stocks go down. That's ridiculous. Would you buy a car with just forward and no reverse? Why would you ever be in a fund that you can't make money when the stock market goes down? Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. We're a teaching format. Boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
They just told us right away that we're going to house you, we're going to feed you, and every single one of his medical bills is just all taken care of.
They've saved my family from financial ruin. It allowed me and my wife both to focus on the most important thing, which was the health and well-being of our son.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes. And that's what makes St. Jude so magical.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food, because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Doctors send us the toughest cases to be treated at St. Jude, and our patients come from all over the world.
When we come here, they told me, don't worry, everything's been taken care of.
We could never repay St. Jude for what they've given us.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti.
Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com. You know, we come in the morning, we have what we call coffee talk, but we just don't sit around and throw the bowl. Or joke or laugh. Our coffee talk is serious. Every morning before you start out investing, we have an intense discussion on what is going on and where we should be investing, because it's all about not the money, but where you're putting that money. Join my gang, philsgang.com, and enjoy the best coffee in town.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. I'm watching here where Obama and Hillary are now campaigning together. Now, we knew last week they set the schedule up. Now, you know he would not have set the schedule up unless the fix was in. But here's what's more upsetting. You look at these two. What have they done? Nothing. They've done nothing for this country. We never had more people. Think about it. We never had so many people that have been out of work. 98 million people out of work. Are you kidding? What has he done? We added 376,000 bartenders in the past year and 3 million since March 2010. Since December 2014, the U.S. lost 1.4 million manufacturing workers. These have been replaced almost 1-to-1 with new waiters and bartenders. Unbelievable. This is crazy. The number of discouraged workers doubled. We have the lowest participation rate in the history. This is crazy. This is nuts. Poverty has doubled under these people. Poverty doubled. And all the stimulus injection in manufacturing, industrial production, retail sales, household spending, disposable income, durable goods, it's all declining. They're not going up, they're going down. Things are getting worse. Wages are stagnating. What's going on? Why would even people stand behind him and applaud? The people behind him have part-time jobs because of these two morons. And they're applauding? Are you kidding me? What are you, nuts? This is crazy. Look, to make money in this market, you got to understand what's happened. This whole market, since 2008, the problems that caused the market to crash has never been fixed. It's never been fixed. It's been all fake, pushing it up, making very few people wealthy, propping up with all this printing of money, with stock buybacks and QE and buying bonds and forcing the big boys, the Chinese and the Saudis, out of the bond market to the stock market. So keep pushing up. There's no earnings. There's no earnings growth. None, but the stock market goes up. Are you kidding? So what you've got to do to create wealth, so when you retire, you're living the same lifestyle you have now. You're not going to do that with a 401k. You're not going to do that with some broker managing your money. Are you kidding? You got to take responsibility, do it yourself. And the beautiful thing about the market being financially rigged, it's easy to do. You haven't got to sit down. You haven't got to sit down and go through all kinds of documentation and read the earnings report. No. I provide you the stocks. Here are the stocks. These are the ones going up. These are the ones going down. Every morning, I give you a cup before the market starts. I give you a coffee talk, tell you exactly what the market's going to do. All day long, you get updates. All day long, I give you updates. At the end of the show, you get coffee. You get the coffee talk in the morning. You get the updates, and then at night, when the market finishes, I tell you why. What happened to the market down? Why it happened? And the best thing is you get a class. You can attend it, not attend it. It's all archived. And the simplest thing, so easy. All you got to do is make 5% return a month. 5%. That is so easy. That's just one good stock, one good move that you identify that the institutions are pulling money out, so you short it, or you identify institutions are putting money in. That's all they do now. That's all they do. Look, this market's going to collapse, and that's a great thing because you're going to make more money on the way down. In the last 18 months, this market's been going sideways. It's telling you the market is sick. It's going to drop, and we know that it's all over debt. Why do you think the market's not going? It's debt. Look at the banks. The banks are going down. You can make money shorting the banks. Make money in gold. We started in gold, and last December, I told everybody the year 2016 is the year for gold and gold mining stocks, and we got in December, and we're up over 100% in gold. I'm not saying every gang member got in at the lows, not saying that at all. But everybody had that opportunity back in December and back in January. I pounded and pounded and pounded, said, buy gold mining stocks, buy gold mining stocks. Now I'm telling you the next one is going to be the banks. The banks are getting crushed. Retail's getting crushed. Those are the ones you're going to make money with, especially the banks when they start turning around. They're going to be just like gold because they got to rig the banks to go up. The market can't go up without the banks. And what they're going to do is do more QE. The whole problem is debt. Now, the market is fatigued. That's why it's not breaking up. Talking debt. Start with corporate debt. Start with Colonial Capital of Los Angeles and Blackstone on Park Avenue. They borrowed $8 billion at zero interest, and they went out and spent $100 million a week buying 200,000 homes to rent. Wait till they walk away from those guys. They will walk away. Let me tell you, those houses, they're going to walk away. They don't. That's not what they do. Renting houses, they're going to end up in slums. If you never washed your rent-a-car or take care of your rent-a-car, why would you take care of your rent-a-house? And this company, both companies, imagine they went in debt, $8 billion, because they could get the money free. And then we have $5.2 trillion the corporations borrowed. $5.2 trillion. All right, it's zero interest, but so what? You got to pay it back. And that was to prop the stock market up so CEOs could collect their options. The people that worked in the factories and the people that worked in business, they didn't make any more money. The CEOs didn't plow any money back into investing, into wages. They plowed it into their own pockets, exercising their options, keep moving the stock price up, when it wasn't going up because there was increased sales, increased earnings, increased margins. No. So Great Britain pulls out of the EU, and everybody jumps into bonds, and they jump into gold. Here's what you got to do right now. Again, join the gang, and I'll guide you. You're going to have a good opportunity for gold. All right, it's up over 100%. It will come back down. The dollar keeps going up, and as the dollar keeps going up, okay, it's stabilized gold a little bit. Stabilized gold. It's not going down much, but just stabilized it. Now is not the time to jump in. I'll tell you when to get in, when we have another buy signal for gold. But gold is the place to be. Not now. If you miss the first round, don't miss the second round. I will help you get in the second round of gold. The next thing, you don't want to short the banks that are going down now, make money as they're going down, which is so easy to do. It's so easy. People get so scared when they think they're going to short a stock. It's so easy. But these bank stocks are going to be on sale. Builders are going to be on sale. This market, believe me, is going to collapse immediately 20% unless they come in with more QE. If they come in with more QE, printing money to buy more bonds, to make sure the Saudis and Chinese stay out of the bond market, get into the stock market, they do more, put more money into inject another $5.2 trillion, give that money to the companies to buy their own shares, inject another $3 trillion like they did last time directly into stocks, especially bank stocks, to move them up. The stock market go up another 60%. It's just going to be a bigger, massive bubble. But you think the rich care? Do you think the 5 percentile who benefits? They're the only one who benefits. Think they care? They're going to know when to get out. They never get hurt. They always get out at the right time. Why? Because they follow the money. Because they are the money. When they decide to get out, they're going to get out, and the market's going to collapse, and everybody's going to get caught. But not with me. You're not going to get caught because we follow them. We have great technology that follows their money, and it's a good time. Again, we're celebrating our new website. We just opened it up. Go see it, philsgang.com. We dropped our price from $49.95 to $39.95. And if you're an older member at $49.95, your price can reduce too. So call now or go to the website, join, $39.95. And again, take advantage of this market. This is where you're going to make money, in the stock market, not in bonds. Were you nuts?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Phil Grande is a career businessman who's also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with a prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grande has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passionate desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grande and philsgang.com. Simply call Phil's Gang at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com.
Be sure to watch the Phil's Gang Show with Phil Grande, weekdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on various devices like smartphones, tablets, your computer, and more. Get free access to the Phil's Gang Show right in your hands at home or on the go. Simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the Listen Live link. And we'll see you on the charts.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, it's been 7 years now since Obama ordered his Fed chairman to lower the savings rate from 5% to less than 0.25%. With a false narrative, it would spur economic growth and jobs. Everyone would have an opportunity in this economy. That's what he said. But what it spurred was a front-loading of the biggest, fake, unsustainable stock market rally of 200%. That's what it spurred. Now, most people did not participate in that rally because people got out of their 401k in 2009. And they said, just get me out. I want nothing but fixed income. And they got killed because with low interest rates, fixed incomes get murdered. You got to know what you're doing. If you're going to really retire, you got to be associated with the stock market. That's why you come to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
Every single one of his medical bills, everything is just all taken care of.
We have phenomenal research, outstanding clinical care, and the generosity of public, which allow us to treat patients regardless of what it takes.
At St. Jude, families never receive a bill for treatment, travel, housing, or food because the only thing a family should worry about is helping their child live.
Because of you.
Gracias a ti. Because of you.
There is St. Jude.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With philsgang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grande and philsgang.com helps folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. philsgang.com is your #1 source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $49.95 a month. With philsgang.com, you learn how to invest in the market. You get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to philsgang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Listen to this. This is unbelievable. Talk about Bill Maher. He doesn't even know what he's talking about. Listen what he said.
We did all the stuff conservatives warned us would make things even worse, but the sky didn't fall. Unemployment did. And growth shot up to over 4%. And a $26 billion deficit became an $11 billion surplus.
Surplus? There's no surplus. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Growth. Where's the growth? The GDP for the 2015. 2015, go to the last quarter, 2015. Our earnings growth was down 9%. Our GDP was 1.4%. Go to the first quarter, 2016. What's he talking about? Our earnings were negative 9%. Our GDP was 0.5%. Where's he getting his 4%? He must be counting his toes or something. There's no 4%. 4% was Reagan. 4% growth? There's no 4% growth. The guy's just a liar. I don't think he's a liar. He just doesn't know. People don't know what the hell a GDP is. Deficit. He said 12 trillion. We never had a 12 trillion slush fund ever. The government collected in 2015 $3.2 trillion and has spent $3.7 trillion. That's a deficit for $430 billion. 2016, it's going to be worse. We're going to have a $600 billion. They're spending $618 billion more in 2016 than they took in. They spent in 2015 $438 billion more than they took in. Bill, where's your 4% growth? Where's your surplus of $11 trillion? These guys just sit there. Either he's so dumb, or his people are dumb, or he's just a liar. And he talks about jobs. Oh, jobs did great. Unemployment rate went down. No, it didn't. The real unemployment rate is 20%. Okay, 18%. We take people that we say to people, okay, called discouraged workers. They take a whole group of people who stopped looking for work. They gave up looking for work. They don't count them as unemployed anymore. They don't want to count them as unemployed. The labor participation rate is the lowest since after the Great Depression. The labor participation rate is so low. And these discouraged workers is what brings it down. If you add the discouraged workers back in and call them what they are, unemployed, instead of taking them and putting them in a black hole, which they do, your unemployment rate is going to be between 18% and 20%. Well, what's he talking about? Credit cards are killing everybody. $800 billion in credit cards, mortgages, $8 trillion, auto loans, $1 trillion. People are getting auto loans like they're candy. Student loans, $1.2 trillion. They can't pay the student loans. They're living with their parents because they can't get a job. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable what's going on. Why do you think everybody's pulling their money out of the market, Bill? And they're buying gold or they're buying bonds. God, unbelievable. After 7 years, Obama has nothing to show for doubling our national debt, doubling our student loan debt. Where 40 million kids owe $1.2 trillion and they can't get a job. Food prices have gone up in some cases 50 to 65%. Health insurance costs has doubled. He hurt the exact people he said he was going to help, the working poor and the middle class. Only a small segment of the population is making money. The 5 percentile, they increased their wealth 28% by propping up the stock market, front-loading it, printing money and shoving it into the stock market instead of waiting for earnings because there's no earnings. Manufacturing, industrial production, retail sales, household spending, disposable income, durable goods, all decline. Obama's a devout socialist, never understood. It's not debt that grows the economy, it's savings. It's business spending. It's good, meaningful jobs, which he's never created. It's hard work. It's productivity. It's capital investment, where you go out and purchase machinery and plant equipment and construction equipment, buy new facilities. That's where you get productivity. None of that's happening. The market is carrying more debt now than when it crashed in 2008. What are you, nuts? We have 8 million fewer jobs right now than we had when the market crashed in 2008. He's nuts. The two things you got to watch: discretionary spending and consumer staples. They're both coming off, falling off a cliff. The discretionary sector, that's all your goods and services that are considered non-essentials by consumers, but if they have extra income, sufficient income, they'll purchase, like some kind of apparel or some leisure item or automobiles. Discretionary sector is collapsing. Consumer staples, those are goods that the people are unable or unwilling to cut out of their budget, regardless of their financial situation. They won't cut them out of their budget, such as food and beverages and tobacco, house items, but they're collapsing. And when you see consumer staples collapsing, the stuff that people they don't want to cut, what's he talking about? Look, all I can tell you is this. If you want to create wealth, the stock market's the place to be because they always rig it to the upside. Remember, the stock market goes up 65% of the time. Do you know that? 65% of the time. That's why I always take my students, my gang members, say, look, let's stay with 5 stocks all year. Goldman Sachs, Intel, IBM, Caterpillar, and Schlumberger. Those are the top stocks. Now, you can replace those with other name stocks if you want, but just 5. Those 5 stocks, using my charts, identifying when we have the buy signal and to sell short signal. It's all you need. That's all you need. And I hold your hand through that process. 5 stocks. You don't go out and look at 100 stocks or 1,000 stocks. Everybody looks at too many stocks. What difference does it make? Does it really matter? Caterpillar, IBM, Intel, Goldman Sachs, they're all bought. Those stocks are bought by the same people. The very same people buy them. The same institutions. So what difference does it make if you go and say, well, I'm going to buy Microsoft or I'm going to buy some other company? They all, it's the same institutions. They all chase the same stock. You just got to know when they're getting in and when they're getting out. That's all. It's not that hard. To come out and say that we have a surplus of $12 trillion, nobody's there. Even Clinton, he's the only one that claims he had a surplus, and he never really had a surplus. That wasn't true either. But for this guy to say that, doesn't know what he's talking about. Look, the market, we don't care. If they come in and do another QE, they're doing a miniature QE now to make sure that the market only dropped 4% when we announced the EU, or Great Britain was the EU. It should have went down 20%. Where's that 20% from? It comes from, again, from all the stock buybacks. That's a bubble. That's a bubble. That we're going to go through that like knife through butter. And I want you to be positioned to make money. So you join a gang. It's $39.95. Stay with the 5 stocks. I guide you through those 5 stocks. I show you how to use the chart to identify when to buy, when to sell it. I hold your hand through it. You can participate in the class from 9:30 to 11 o'clock every day. It's archived, or you don't even have it. You can participate 10 minutes if you want. That those 5 stocks are critical. The same 5. So you know all year what stocks you're in, and you just follow me. Just follow me. I guide you. I tell you, okay, we're going to add. We're not going to add to our position. We're going to take profits, or we're not going to take profits. $39.95. We dropped the price from $40.95 to $39.95 to celebrate our new site. We have some new products. And check it out. Check it out. You know, it's amazing. People don't understand. They just don't understand. After 7 years, he's accomplished nothing with all this debt he has. He doubled the debt. He's accomplished nothing. Where did the money go? What did he do with the money? He put it in the wrong places. The first thing he did with the money is bail out the banks, his buddies on Wall Street who funded him. That's the first thing he did. Next thing he does, he takes money, he goes to all the Democratic governors who helped get him in office and take care of all their payroll, all their union people. That's not stimulus. Then he takes another $12 trillion, he gives it to all his money bundlers, his buddies. Solandra, remember Solandra and Abound and all these failed solar companies? He gave them money, gave all that money. He says, look, you're my money bundler. You help me become president. I'm going to do you a favor. We're going to do green. Everything's going to be green. Everything's green. So here, I'll give you $100 million. You go and start a company that makes batteries. I'll give you the money. Don't worry about it. And if you go down, don't worry about it. You're not going to be on personally. That's where the money went instead of went to Main Street. But you know, you don't have to care about any of that. You don't have to know anything about the market. Just join my gang. As I say, $39.95 or call 877-600-GANG or go to my site, philsgang.com. It's all you have to do. And that's a way to create wealth. And you don't have to care if the market's going up or down. I'll hold your hand all the way through it. Hey, see you on the chart.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande, philsgang.com.